So how many of you were around the age when Chucky came out and Chucky was the first character to really frighten you? That was me personally. I was a kid when the original Chucky first came out, not the Bride of Chucky. I was much older when that came out, but I think my dad probably let me watch it, you know, rest in peace, daddy. And I think that, like, you know, probably the idea that it was like a doll movie, I don't know, but it was definitely the first character to give me actual freaking nightmares. I was so scared of Chucky as a kid. For whatever reason, I thought he was always gonna come out of the toilet with like a knife and just stab me. But I digress, and that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna be playing with the Chucky collection X Glamlite. This came yesterday, and I have to say, Glamlite, I get it. I know there was a lot of orders, but you have to do better. You didn't ship for so long after I ordered this that it has been put out there by so many other content creators that I'm so late in the game, I don't even know if I'm relevant anymore. Not that I was relevant to begin with, but we're still gonna play with this on camera. It honestly looks like, sorry about the lights, but it honestly looks like it could be like a Chucky doll box, like from the movies. That's kind of what it's giving me right now. So it says Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride of Chucky, and Seed of Chucky. I actually don't think I've seen the Seed of Chucky. I might have. I think I probably aged out at Bride of Chucky and said, okay, that's enough in the franchise. But yeah, when I got this, I immediately was like, oh my gosh, this looks like a Chucky box. So we're gonna open it together. I really didn't watch any of the videos on this yet, so I'm not sure exactly what to expect on like the quality of it. Have my handy dandy scissors. Let's open this up and let's start reviewing the items, and then we will start applying them. I have my base makeup on, like I have foundation and my eyebrows on, but I don't have any concealer or anything, so I'll have to throw those on really quickly after we start looking at this stuff. So if you were curious, this is what the inside of the box looks like. I just took out the bubble wrap and it has like the mailer card in it. This was a creation or like an idea or a birth of Anthony. It says the most killer collection in history, created by Glamlite's proud LGBTQ plus vice president. Inspired by the ultimate killer doll love story, this collection celebrates the inclusivity, diversity, and beauty in all of us. Love has no limits and knows no boundaries. I'm kind of surprised that they did this as like a Valentine's Day theme instead of maybe like a October kind of horror theme. This is the inside of the card. Maybe you kind of hold it like this. It says The Rays, Chucky and Tiff. It's almost like a, you know, announcement card. That's very interesting. So I'm gonna take everything out of this box. I'm not even sure what is all in this collection exactly, so we'll go through it all together. I feel like I need to keep that box though. All right, let's start with the small stuff. So first is the Chucky eyeliner duo kit. Here's the packaging, and I guess it has this little ribbon on the end, so you pull it out like this. Woo, this is legit. Look at that. There are two eyeliners in here. Your eyeliner can share as a knife? Like what? Here you go. Here's the back of the carton. I had no idea Universal Studios owned the rights to Chucky. I don't know why that didn't occur to me. But anyway, it looks like the eyeliner kit comes with one pencil black, one like sharpenable pencil black liner, and then one liquid liner. So we'll be using these today. Let's go ahead and draw these on and see how they look. Ooh, yeah, these are soft and creamy and nice. There's the liquid one and there is the pencil one. I'm excited to try those. But yeah, this packaging is like legit. Everything appears to have a like 18-month shelf life, and it's all cruelty-free and vegan. So this is the Blush Duo Kit box. That's the front, and here's the back. Oh, to die for. You guys, this is holographic. That's really cool. Love, honor, and obey. Chucky Blush Duo Kit. That's a nice touch, and it seems pretty sturdy. It's obviously just like a thing glued to the top of it, but it looks pretty good. These are two different color blushes. I've seen a lot of people pull these out and they seemed very similar in color, but mine in person and even on the viewfinder looks super different. This looks more like a coral shade, and this is a good, nice, true pink shade. But I feel like a lot of people have been saying, yeah, these are the exact same shade. Why would they have like, you know, one shade and two pans of a heart in the palette? They do not. So I'm actually really excited because this is not a blush that I like for everyday wear, I do love a blush that looks like that. So this looks nice. Again, this packaging is just super sturdy, you guys. I'm tempted to like keep all of this packaging. I'm probably gonna have to force myself not to. Let's go into the next one, which is the Dangerous Duo Chucky Lip Kit. Here is the front of the box. Here is the back. What is this? Just cards. Give your lips a killer treat with the Chucky X Glamlite Lip Kit. The Dangerous Duo includes an ultra creamy lipstick and a velvet lip liner. All right, and it again pulls out like this. This packaging is awesome. Oh heavens. There is the inside of it. I feel like it's gonna be red. Am I wrong? The pencil liner, not waterproof, but the liquid one, pretty budge proof. So that's a good sign. It costs as much to make this makeup as it did these boxes, or vice versa, as much to make these boxes as it did the makeup. Here is the lip liner. It doesn't have like a shade on it, but it's almost like a brown. So there's the swatch on the lip liner. Yeah, these are all sharpenable pencils, and it's a brown shade. Here's the lipstick. It's just a bullet, but it looks like it's matte. It has little heart imprints that are like dripping. You guys see that? Yeah, they did good. These shades are gonna complement each other pretty nicely. You have to like a matte formula though. Let's go into the next one. There is so much in this collection, and honestly, it wasn't even that expensive. I've spent more on some like drugstore collections before than I paid for this, and the packaging wasn't nearly as good. And this is the Tiff Lip Kit, and here's the inner packaging. This is like every little detail is legit. Like even these little designs on the inside are raised and glossed. Like they did good attention to detail on this. Good job, Anthony. Excited to see what color this is. Oh, I see. So the colors are on like the bottom of here. It almost looks plummy. There it is when it finally focuses. Oh, it's like a deeper brown, almost a plum. And here is the bullet of Tiff. These are so crazy. This one also has like the same heart imprints, but it's a much like burnt red color. And it's again, it's a matte formula. There is the two. There's the lip liner and there's the matte lipstick. I guess they have a little bit of a sheen to them, but not much. I don't know how you're gonna part with this packaging, honestly. Like this is classic. All right, next thing is the Crazy in Love, the 15 shades. Is this the eyeshadow palette? Oh, it is. Here is the outer packaging for the eyeshadow palette box. Here's the back. Legends Never Die. I have seen the pictures of this like in a little bit more detail than I looked at the other stuff. Again, this like holographic case. Look at how cool. I honestly preferred the original Chucky movies more than I did like the Bride of Chucky, I have to say, just because that was more relevant to like when I was a kid. Anyway, so I did see this. I know that it is a really dark color story. There's 8 mattes, which means there are 7 shimmers if it's a 15 pan palette. There is the color story. I like that they have 1 light shimmer in here because I can't tell you how many people probably like light shimmers in the inner corner, and sometimes these cool tone dark color story palettes, they just don't have them, so I'm excited to see that. But it's gonna be tough for me to see like depth in this palette. I'm definitely a little worried that some of these shades are probably gonna run together and that I might, like in my skill, have a little bit of trouble like discerning the shades from one another. I'm definitely gonna take this palette right away and I'm gonna swatch 2 of the shades. Here is that lighter shimmer. That darker one is not super light reflecting or anything. And then the final thing is the Romance is Dead mirror. I don't know how frequently I'm gonna use this. Here is the back of the box. Yeah, I just feel like if you guys see this on camera outside of this video, it's gonna be a little strange. So there is the back of the mirror. Little heart. It's pretty cute overall. I'd say overall, like I like the variety in the collection. I like how well-rounded it is and that you get 2 different blushes, eyeshadow, eyeliner. Like I like the collection as a whole. So let me go ahead and throw on my concealer and my bronzer, and then we'll come back and we'll start with the blush and then we'll go into creating the eye look. Okay, I'm concealed, I'm powdered, I'm bronzed. We are good to go. So I want to start with these blushes. Let's go ahead and swatch these before I apply them. I think I'll put them both on, but I'm gonna apply them evenly to both sides and like build maybe the pink like here on the cheeks and then just kind of like do the more corally one in the back. So there's the more corally one, there's the pink. They're a really soft formula. I have never tried a Glamlite formula before, so I don't know what to expect. I'm just kind of taking it on like maybe kind of a sculpting blush brush, and I'm just gonna, oh man, these are pigmented. Pigmented. I think I need a fluffier brush. Please hold. I just grabbed a powder brush. I'm gonna try and just do like a light sweeping because these are pigmented. They're not extremely blendable though. I kind of feel like they go where you put them, and that's kind of it. Do you guys see what I mean? Like, I'm kind of afraid to disturb the foundation underneath. I don't know how blendable these are. They just seem to sit where you put them. All right, now I'm gonna go in with this more pinky shade and build it. This is so pigmented, you guys, that you're gonna wanna use a really fluffy brush and diffuse this out, I think. And yeah, I'm having a little bit of difficulty blending this, if you guys can see that. I think they make a pretty shade together, but they're very bright, very punchy. Not what I was expecting. They go where you put them. Like, I feel like I'm kind of having to like tap it on because they just don't blend out great. I mean, I don't mean to be like hating on the first product, and maybe it's just me and the way I'm applying this, but it's not blending. Blend. The thing with these blushes is though, none of the characters, like Tiff doesn't wear like really strong blushes. Like her look, if you look at it, it's very like dark. And so I don't know what they were thinking maybe with putting these colors in here. Like I definitely prefer this one, and I think this one was just thrown in here as like a really popular blush shade, but I don't know that it goes with the collection because when it translates to my cheeks, do you see how like baby doll I look? And maybe that's kind of what they were going for, but I just feel like it's a little bit too bright for as grungy as Chucky and Tiff get. It matches my earrings well though, which was what I was kind of hoping for. I'm diffusing this out with my foundation sponge at this point because it was just a little bit punchy, maybe a little bit pink. All right, let's go into this eyeshadow palette. I know exactly what look I'm gonna create. It's gonna be a super dark look. I'm gonna start building this all across the eye. I'm gonna go into primarily this row right here. And then I'm going to build depth in the crease with this one, and I'm gonna put the dark black in the outer corner. I'm not entirely convinced which shimmers I'm gonna use, but this one is definitely going in the inner corner. I'm not going to get it exactly like Tiff has it, because she pretty much just does like a circle of like maroon and black around her eyes, and so I don't think that's exactly the look that I want, but I'm gonna try and get as close as possible. Let's go into this, I don't know, brownish shade that's called Scarier Than Ever here in the corner. I'm gonna pull my mirror in close and hopefully you guys can see this pretty well. And all I really wanna do is like kind of create a base. I don't want this to be super pigmented because I want that magenta shade to be like the focal point of the eye, I think, just because that's as close as I'm gonna get to Tiff's look, but we are gonna get a really dark look when we're done here, for sure. I'm not extremely familiar with Glamlite's formula, their eyeshadow formula. I've tried, I think, one other Glamlite palette in the past. Was that a Glamlite palette? Now I'm not even convinced I have tried a Glamlite palette. So this may be my first time using this formula, but honestly, it seems to be performing really nicely. I went in with the lightest tap of this brush and it gave me exactly the like diffused, very light application that I was looking for. Now I'm gonna go back into this one, Till Death Do Us Part, which is that maroony shade in the corner. Sorry, that wasn't like very good at showing you. And I'm taking on this pretty flat brush because I want to be in control of where I place it, because I want to focus it just in the outer corner and the crease, and I don't want to go too high because Tiff doesn't go very high. There was a good amount of blending that was like required for that shade, but I think I got the effect that I was kind of hoping for. It's dragging a little bit across like the concealer and the powder that I used, but not too bad, and it's really blendable formula. So far it's, you know, if I keep going, it's giving me what I'm like hoping for here. I typically would probably try and do my eye look first before going in with the foundation, but I was testing a new foundation, so I had to put that on first. And so I'm probably gonna have to do a little bit of cleanup on this, so just bear with me and trust the process. I actually have sort of changed my mind because I want to play with a ton of different shades. I am going to take this one in Play Pals and I want to build this on the lower lid actually, and I'm going to lay like the shimmer on top of it. This is where this is going to get dark because this is how Tiff looks. Her like lid and all around her eye is just very dark. So I'm going to try and stay true to that. I'm gonna go almost all the way to the end, and I'm really only focusing this on the lower lid. I'm not going high into the crease. If I do, I'll try and kind of like diffuse it out a little bit, but I'm just packing it on. I'm going pretty far. I'm going 3/4 of the way, but I want to build the outer corner with the black shade. I'm doing the same thing to the other eye. I'm interested to see how much cleanup I'm actually gonna have with this, because so far there's no fallout on these darker shades, which usually what happens with like overly pigmented ones, they will transfer to my lower lash line as I'm applying them really close to my lower lid and bottom part of my eye. Does that make any sense whatsoever? So I usually have to do some kind of cleanup, but I'm not getting any fallout on this, not even a little. Okay, now I'm gonna go into that black shade. I just cleaned off the brush, but I'm using the other side of it, and I'm going to build up this outer corner. I don't know if these shades are gonna be that different because that shade was super dark. It almost is like black. It has a really black base to it. So I'm just packing on the outer corner with the same brush, and then we're gonna have to do some blending here. Now I'm gonna go back into that same brush, and I'm going to kind of grab that Play Pals shade and try and diffuse these two colors kind of together. I'm just taking that a little bit higher because I just kind of don't like the way that's looking. I'm taking that Play Pals shade and just building up in this outer corner, but I'm taking it higher towards my brow bone because that's just kind of what I prefer to do with the shape of my eye, and just kind of like placing it and twirling it a little bit. I think I want to go back into that black shade and deepen it up after I kind of get this base of purple kind of build out here. All right, I'm gonna go back into that black shade and just deepen up this outer corner a little bit. I think the base is pretty good. I don't think I want to blend any more than I have. I like the way these perform. There's no fallout. There's no patchiness with the matte shades. So I used 4 of the matte shades out of 8, so I used half of them, and honestly they all perform great. They look really good together. I would say though, this is not the strongest black matte that I have. It's kind of the only one that's a little bit more difficult to build up. I guess I'm getting maybe just a little bit of patchiness with the black one, kind of in the outer corner. Okay, do we match now? Are we matching? Are we matching? I think we're matching. Let's go into this Wanna Play shade, this silver shimmer, and I'm just gonna lay it like in the inner corner here. This is where I'm gonna end up having to like clean it up, but I only wanna do like the inner corner. I'm probably gonna take like another deeper shimmer right in the middle of the eye. But I want this to lay on top of that like deep maroon shade because I think it's gonna give it a really nice base. I think I'm gonna go into this one. It says issue 666. It's like a maroon, but it's almost like shifty when you look at it in the pan. This is one of the ones that I swatched, and it's just not very light reflecting. It has a lot of pigment, but it's not, I don't know if it's overly shimmery. And I'm gonna put that in the middle. I went a little too far on this left eye, so I have to kind of bring it back over the silver. I like this purple, actually. I just really like this tone. This purple is so much prettier like on the eye than it was when you swatched it, and mixing with this silver looks so beautiful. I honestly think I'm done with the top part. I need to clean up the bottom, and then we can go into the lower lash line, so please hold. Okay, before I go into the lower lash line, I want to apply the liquid liner. I don't know that it's gonna show up very well, but it'll give us a wing. I definitely want to test this. It looks like it's gonna be like a pretty precise tip on it, so it should give us a pretty precise wing. So I'm just gonna be quiet, like do this. Okay, it was super easy to apply. I would say it's hard to get really good pigment over this look because it's just so dark, but you can see it. Did I get the wings even? Who even knows? But it's really nice pen. It's easy. It's a nice felt tip. I think we created a pretty precise line. I want to go into the, is this the black one? Yeah, the pencil liner, and just kind of like fill in my waterline out here just a tiny bit on the outside corner and the inside corner. And then I want to go into my waterline in the bottom. Yeah, I mean, it's nice and creamy. It goes on very easily. So far, like, these are really good quality. Like, I'm not having any issues with anything, so I'm pleased. I'm gonna take that matte black in the outer corner of the lower lash line, just a little bit, like not too much. I feel like it's just gonna be super pigmented. Yeah, I was right. I'm gonna take what's left on this brush and just do the same thing on this side. Then I want to take that Till Death Do Us Part shade, this one that's more maroon, like in the rest of the inner corner. Yes, I like this. Okay, I honestly think that's how I want to leave the eye look. I'm like so close, I can't tell, like far away. Does that look good? I think the only other thing that I want to do is just take that silver in the inner corner and call it a day. And I think this eye look needs lashes for sure. So I will throw on a set of lashes and then we'll come back and we'll test out the lip products. Eyeshadow is finished. Eyelashes are on. Let's move on into the lip products. I have to say, like, this look came out like more purple than I was anticipating. I want to say this shade, and I'm getting ahead of myself, but this shade right here comes out super purple on the eye. Like this one right here, when it looks like it would be more maroon, but when I'm looking back, like, it's purple. It's a straight up purple shade, which is surprising because I could see this having like a purple undertone and not this one right here. But it does. I didn't get to use my mirror yet, so we'll use the mirror for the lip products. Let me just take this off. I have decided that I want to go into the Chucky one, which is a much darker shades, because I think we want to do grunge. So, oh, I was going to do my mirror. Okay, here I go, doing my mirror. Super creamy. I've already made a mistake. Hello hair, can you not, please? Thank you. I legitimately suck at doing lip liner. I just must not have like steady hands. I can never get a precise line and then I end up going in more times than I want to. These don't have any shades on them, so I'm just going into the Tiff one. I legit suck at doing lip products. It's like the one thing I just don't spend a lot of time like practicing on. I just don't even care and I make such a mess of my lip lines. But that was everything. I think it's a lot creamier of a formula. Like once you actually get it on, it was more matte like on my hand, and it looks more matte like when you look at the bullet, but then when you start using it, can you guys see like how creamy it is underneath? It's actually like a satin finish. Let's do a final wrap up on everything. I think this was actually pretty fun. The look didn't come out as grungy as I thought it was going to. Like I said, this shade pulls straight purple on my skin, whereas I thought it would pull like magenta, and it doesn't. And even this one pulled like more purpley than I thought it was gonna pull more brown as a base. But yeah, I mean, a lot of it just ended up being really, really purple, and it's all due to this shade right here. So if you guys have a similar skin tone to me, just kind of know that that's gonna give you a more purpley look. Okay, lash, stay down. But overall, I think the quality was really good, really blendable. I really enjoyed using this more than I thought it was, because I thought it was gonna be, I don't know, I just thought it was gonna be a more grungy, like not wearable palette, but I actually think you could probably get some wearable shades out of this. Knowing that this one pulls more purple, like, I don't know, I just feel like it was lighter than I thought it was gonna be, and you have some of these greens. I'm a hot mess with this palette. There's some greens up at the top where I think you could create a nice look. Like, I just enjoyed this more than I thought I would. And actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure this is probably the only Glamlite palette that I have in my collection. The one I was thinking of, I think, was like a Beauty Bay palette. So yeah, not them. The blush wasn't my favorite. I have to say I prefer the shade more, but I have to say like the formula wasn't my absolute favorite. I was having trouble blending it in. I think the eyeliner was fantastic. in liquid. I think the black pencil liner was fantastic. I think these lip pencils are super creamy, and I was actually shocked by the formula that it was more satin, and even though the bullet looked matte on the lip products. I think this mirror is super duper cute. I don't know how often I will use it. I also have my other like heart mirror, so that's kind of funny. But that was it. That's everything. That's the full collection. It's just more nostalgia than anything. I don't think that I'm gonna wear this look on an everyday basis, but I thought the quality of everything was really good. I liked the variety of everything that came. Honestly, I have to give this whole collection 2 thumbs up. Like, I thought it was really good. I think the packaging was really cool, from like the box that it came in down to like the sturdiness of the cartons, the eyeshadow color story, the lips. Honestly, formulation and presentation were really good. I had some fun with this one. So if you guys were interested in purchasing this collection, I'm going to link it down below. They did just restock it, and I think it probably ships again in March. So if you guys are interested in this, I would say like get your hands on it. It was pretty fun, but if you're not into grungy eye looks, you're probably not gonna want this collection, because really the highlight of this is the eyeshadow palette. I had a fun time playing with this collection, you guys. I hope that this review helped, and I don't know, maybe it was a little bit fun to watch. I would love to hear your comments on this collection, whether or not it was something you thought about picking up, whether Chucky was a part of your childhood, if he scared the crap out of you like he did me as a kid. If you're gonna pick up this collection or not. I just love to hear your thoughts. I am out of here. I will catch you all in my next video. Bye guys.